Hello, YouTube. Welcome back to Factorio episode 21 with Yamakara. In this episode, we might be having some deja vu flashbacks. Some of you may or may not have noticed that episode 21 was removed and it's going to be re-added. So this is the new and improved episode 21. Why did we do that? We weren't 100% happy with the audio quality. We made some mistakes. I was in a little bit of a rush, did some transcoding errors, and bam, here we are. So we are going to be recreating episode 21, and this is going to be it. In this episode, we plan on going north. I want to hit the ocean, but I know from a sneak preview of my last session that I wasn't able to find it. It's pretty high up there. I'm not really sure what's going on up there and how big this island really is. I've got some input on the Discord of people saying how big a max size island is, but we do not know how big a intermediate size island is, so we'll play it up by ear there. That being said, we're going to go quickly look at the factory and see what's going on. I do notice that my light oil is going to back up on me pretty soon. So currently as we stand, we're pretty good on artillery shells. They're super backed up, so we're going to push an artillery cannon north. Get that to start shooting off and burning some resources there. We got a roboport. We got some lasers. I just need to build the artillery cannon. And then we're going to start burning through our oil really quickly. This is a good thing about having played a session already. I actually know what's going to happen. It's like I'm a fortune teller or something. You're like, that's not how fortune telling works. It could be. It could be. Have you ever really gone to a fortune teller? Exactly. I don't know if people actually go to that. They might, but that would involve leaving the house, so something obviously I would not do. Got him. You're like, wait, you just got yourself? Huh? Question mark? But yeah, we're going to be going north with this. Obviously, you can tell I drank a lot of coffee today. I'm a little bit hyperactive, a little more than normal possibly. That's okay, though. So we got, what, 2 artillery cannons here. We're going to go north again for a second. Grab some of those dudes. Fire them off into the network. And we're going to grab some lasers. Major lasers. Which are right here. Power lines are okay. We'll grab, possibly grab a few more walls before we go up as well. Flame turrets look okay as well. Grab some of you. Wall. Where do we hide the walls? Right there. 1,000 walls I picked up. This is a great pile of junk we have down there. The great debris wall, you might call it. Honestly, though, I think I drank a lot of coffee. This might be a problem. I have to get up and go to the washroom multiple times during this recording. You're like, I don't know if he's serious or not. You just never know. One thing we are going to do really quickly here, though, is we're going to take that off. We're going to go to walls, and we're going to rip out some of these walls quickly. These don't need to be here anymore. They're just kind of blocking things, so get them out of the way. We're going to grab this, and we're going to reinforce the front here. Something like that. Doesn't really matter that it doubled up there. No, it really didn't. But sometimes I make nice things. Normally not. But sometimes I do. We got our first artillery cannon. We're going to plop her down right here. We actually don't have our first artillery cannon. We definitely do not have our first artillery cannon. But we will in just a moment's time. As she finishes crafting right there. Is it a she? Yeah, probably. I'll put it right there. We'll put you there. Does it really need a stack inserter? Probably not. Put you there. If you drag it over, max is going to go to 10, so we'll manually swap it over to a 30. The cannon is still not done. We'll put some lasers down here as well. One thing I do always like to do, though, while I'm hanging out near an artillery turret is reinforce it. And I like to stay around when it fires its first couple shells, because nothing worse than losing your artillery cannon to what? So try to generally keep your artillery cannon alive. I do remember there was an issue here. This was not quite connected. Otherwise, it was a pretty eventful last session. It's not going to be a normality to see videos taken offline and re-put in. Generally, the only thing I'll do that for is audio issue. It's not something I'll normally do, so don't think it'll be commonplace for that to happen. We've got to push it down one tiny notch here. But it will happen occasionally. The dog agrees. The dog's growling at me. Don't you take my video off. But not often. Looks like artillery cannon is now up and running. We'll throw some walls down. Put a... Can't put a chest there. Well, I could, but I'd have to get more resources, and that's too much work. Throw that right there. Put you right there. Dogs are doing battle dogs. So yeah, typically I do like to hang around when this happens because this is this can become a hot mess really quickly. So even if you have a train too, when you're doing your first push with the artillery turret, I do suggest you make sure your defenses can handle what you're about to do, and you hang around. I don't know if people actually, unless you have like a super upgraded base, would let the artillery gun fire without hanging around. But in an early factory like this, I think it's of the utmost priority to kind of hang around while it starts firing. Obviously, we have fired these guys off before, but it's just best to make sure it doesn't get you killed, because he really wants to. He really wants to. We'll start doing some manual firing here too. Hit maximum colonies. The artillery cannon itself will never hit multiple colonies. It will never fire like this. Only with a mind as brilliant as mine will it hit multiple colonies. I think there was a user on Twitch who actually kind of enlightened me to this idea. I never really put much thought into it, but the user's name was Mr. Bearsuit. Bearsuit Lane. And he was the one. How about you aim in between the colonies, sir? It does take a little manual intervention, so it's not automated, but when shells aren't... When you don't have 1,000 million shells, and you start pushing out for the first time, it is viable to do that. I'm sure other people have said it too, but for some reason his name's coming to mind when I think of that. So, yeah. Here we are. That's doing what it's doing. We'll put some repair packs in this Roboport turret. The Mother Troll. I find it interesting that the artillery cannon doesn't have a name, but the Roboports do. Yeah, you could just lose a lot really quickly here. So it's just I do think it's in your best interest to hang out for a sec. Make sure you don't lose the entire world here. And even the little cute guys here. That's cute. Might put some walls in here too. Just give the bot access to them. Okay. I think it's holding. I think we're holding. I think so. One thing we did set up last session was we noticed our power. As we start pushing laser turrets down, they do draw power when they're not shooting, but they obviously draw more power when they start firing. So look over a period of 10 minutes, you can see they start draining more power, and my grid is not super happy. So there's a couple things you could do for that. You could obviously just make more power so they can handle the incoming buff of resource drain. Or you can make some accumulators for this. The accumulator is just going to hold a charge and fire off the charge when... or let the charge go when... wow, English is super hard today. They'll let the charge go when the lasers start firing. I don't know why that took me so long to say, but honestly, English is my first language. You wouldn't think it sometimes, but it honestly is. Okay, put that in there. We need to pull this line out because I need the batteries for accumulators, but I also need iron as well. So we have iron right here, and we have the batteries right there. We just need to somehow loop-de-loop that all in. I will try and keep it as a red belt because it's only on one side, and I want all of it. So as it stands, it's yellow, but we can just upgrade planar that for 2 seconds. Make sure none of that was going to blue because we do not make blue belts. I'm going to run it over here, and we'll make our accumulators right here. We'll put it up a bit. Something like that. Something like that. Jump to accumulators. Long arm inserters will be used here. You go there. Like that. Offload will go right there. This is going to be beautiful. Everybody knows it. It's going to be one of my great Factorio creations. People will be like, I think I'm going to get... So, there's quite a few comments on some of my videos, which is really cool. But I think with this setup I'm about to make right here, I'm going to get a lot of requests for blueprint. I think in the chat, in the comments, people will be like, wow, can I steal that design? That is one of a kind. You're like, no, they're not. You never know, okay? A man can have dreams. What is a man without dreams? Who am I? You're like, wow, getting philosophical now. Yes. So we're going to throw that in there. That's good, good, good. We'll put a blue inserter over here, a fast guy. Fast boy, as all the kids would call it. And we'll put that into a... not a regressor chest. A passive provider chest. Wow. It's the coffee, I tell you. We're going to make it max buffer to 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. That's good. That's good there. No problemo. I do know the batteries aren't going to keep up either, so we'll get some more beacons as we start murdering our power grid. Murder the power grid. Some copper cable. And then we got to grab some level 2 speed modules. Ooh, that's a good collection of level 2s. I'm quite happy with that. I do know that purple is building too slow right now. It's just a slow craft, so I could put some beacons here. You'll notice that the setup this up top when I was making the accumulators, that was not a good setup. This actually is an okay setup because you notice the one beacon is hitting the 4 buildings up top, but it's also hitting the buildings on the bottom. So that was actually, sometimes I do intentionally do things. Down here is also set up to be beaconable, but it's going to have to get pushed down into here. So you're going to need underground belts because the beacon range is so small. Also here is also set up for beacons. So sometimes you do see the intentional triple gap, and right here, and right here. Especially with the newer stuff, but that is why. So you can put one beacon right here, and it would hit all those buildings. But note the power consumptions. These buildings, these now 7 buildings are using an extra 60% power. And our power grid was already at the disco. So, just note that. One thing we are going to note, though, is we're going to run out of petroleum really quickly. And light oil needs to get ramped up there. It's just cracking. So the ratio for cracking your oils is a lot of light to petroleum and a few heavy to light oil. You use a ton of light oil cracking, and you don't use very much heavy. So just know that's the ratio right there. A lot to not very much. And I mean like 20 of these guys. And these are going to be the light oil versus the heavy one, which you can put over here, and you have 1 to 10 or something. It's quite the ratio. So just bear that in mind. I'm going to stop crafting that. I want this quickly. And then we can start putting our pipes in. Put you there. Grab you there. Like that. Put a power line there. And we're going to grab that blueprint because it's beautiful, and we'll throw it down. I know that oil on the beginner series I have Oil is generally what people struggle on, and the thing to remember with oil is it's the same as belts, except it's hiding in a pipe. So pipes have a throughput capacity as well. Pipes aren't unlimited. It might appear that they're unlimited, but they're not unlimited. So just know that your pipe has a limit of how much can actually be in the pipe. And eventually your pipe will back up and it'll overflow, and you do need multiple exit points and entry points for your pipe. And the only thing a pump does, like this, if I were to put a pump here going this way, it would... So if this is at 50 on this pipe right now, so we'll say the pipe's going all the way through is 50. If I were to rip that out and put a pump in the middle, you can correct me if I'm wrong on this, but I don't think I am. Now the pipe is 50, 50, 50, and it was 50, 50, 50. We power this on. It's now going to be 100 here and 0 here. And it will never be allowed to backflow either. So it's going to pull it all out and top this up, but not allow anything back here. Because the water actually, or the fluids actually sloosh in the pipes, I guess you could say. I do believe that is how it works. I'm pretty moderately confident. I put my name to that and say that is how oil works. So just know that. Just know the slooshing effect of the oil in the pipes. And then you put the connector in, and then it makes everybody happy. That, I believe, is the only real thing that pipes or pumps really do. And we're going to grab this, and we're going to do that. I'll rip that out. These don't need to be here anymore. Ooh, we have an undefended zone here, right? Oh, yeah. Didn't power it. Smart. Smart. People are probably screaming at me. Dude, the RoboPort. And I'm like, dude. Thank you. So we're now cracking. This is just a very default cracking setup. We're literally just cracking everything. Down below, we have a bit more of a smart cracking setup. I don't really think it's smart to be doing this until you actually have your... actually, I think... Sorry. Correction last. It is actually smart to do this until you start making rocket fuel and you start needing the light oil for productivity. As it currently stands, we don't really need it, so it's not the end of the world doing it like that, but eventually it will actually become a problem doing that. I'm going to put some more of these down as well, and then we're going to push north and try and claim the Western Front. Western Front. I guess it's all kind of a Western. It's like a cowboy movie up in here. I'm going to grab those, is what I need, and a bunch of steel plates. We still don't actually have any more coal. We've never outposted any coal yet. So we're going to handcraft these. We've got 20 of these and 40 of those. And then we're going to throw it in the logistics network and make a blueprint for it and make the bots build it. I'm not going to build it myself. It builds really quickly when it's not making gears. We're just making just the steam engine itself. If I was making the gears, it would be a bit slower, but because we're not, it's quite quick. Quite quick. So we're going to run up over here. We do have the start of our accumulators. So we could start throwing those guys down. We're going to put this right there. I'm going to put you right there, you right there. We have some power lines. I don't think they have... Actually, they should have belts. I was going to say I don't think they have belts, but they definitely should have belts. Missing the boilers. We're going to grab... You can tell it's not working because it's not polluting. Come on. Come on. I'm going to grab that. A little disconcerting to see the biters right there, but... Can't win them all. How many did I just set up there? We just set up 28. So I actually just need this section right here. We'll just make it twist and go up. So the only thing I'm really looking for there is the water connection. Everything else is kind of whatever. No problemo. Grab you. We will keep that underground. Like that. Shadow build an entire empire. Grab that. Grab that. Beautiful. There's actually a problem here. If I put the pipe right here and I run it with water on here, I'm not 100% sure where the draw is going to happen. So we see that right now you have one water pump to these 20 buildings, these 20 boilers, which is a proper ratio for that. But what might happen if I put the pump here is the water is going to come in, and some of this pipe is going to feed on this side because fluid does whatever fluid does, and it's not all going to get provided to the proper locations. So I'm going to have to actually push this pipe further down, because I'm actually quite confident that if I do this right now, it possibly won't work. It might, but I'm not confident on it. So what we'll do is let's run this line all the way down, and we'll connect it right here instead. And then the fuel line will get pushed all the way down too. We did have a bit of an episode here, it looks like. Maybe put some lasers down there, and that can fix that. Artillery shells look like they're still doing pretty good. Looks like we've pretty much cleared up here now. This guy's just finalizing. He's finalizing his strategies to take over the world. We're going to grab some laser turrets quickly. I do have my beacons now as well for our explosives, which I know are going to be too slow for me in a moment's time. Put those right there. It's not really much use, though, expanding it if you can't power it. A wise Factorio player once told me. We could put it right there as well. That's another reason why it's actually set up the way it is. Look at me. Sometimes I plan. It's crazy. I still haven't even pushed north yet. How plans change. Okay, okay. That's good. It's looking good down there. Looking good, guys. Looking good. Keep up the good work. Just checking our power grid. It looks like it's holding. Everybody's happy. How's our petroleum and our oils doing? So we can check in this tank. We actually might need another heavy oil. Might. The plastic is going to become a problem as well. So we'll quickly throw a beacon here. Put you right there. Put one on those and sulfur as well. We'll backlog our sulfur too. And that goes for science. Good, 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 good. How do I want to do this? I got the walls, I have the flamethrower turrets, I have the pipes. I think we just go north now. Go north, young man. Go north. And we need a couple of roboports before we do this as well. So we'll grab some steel. To the northern front we go. I don't have a huge use for roboports yet. I don't need like 1,000 of them. I need a lot, but I don't need a ton of them yet. So one reason why it's still not automated. It's getting close to becoming needed, but not quite yet. I'm gonna get 90 steel, and then we're gonna go grab some red chips. Then I'm gonna enjoy this delicious coffee. The stream was brought to you by Folgers. It really wasn't, but that would be a cool sponsor. You know how much coffee I could drink? It'd be amazing. Folgers is like some instant, not instant, it's a percolated home coffee. Us Canadians like, I'd say majority of Canadians don't like a strong coffee, so I drink weak coffee. Europeans and Americans, you guys all drink strong coffee. The Europeans are probably like, wait, Americans drink strong coffee? American coffee is stronger than Canadian coffee. And European coffee is typically what I've noticed is stronger than American coffee. But the Canadians drink the most passive of them all. Is what it is. I prefer to drink warm milk versus my coffee. So it is still clearing out here. That's okay. So I want to go straight up. Like that. We'll start pushing some of this out of the way as well. I'm not sure if I can actually just get it in there. Straight up. So I could probably clear a lot of this colony here. This one here might... it might get in the way. I don't know if it really will, but we'll see. We will see. The barrage of artillery shells. Just check out that mini map. Whew, she's beautiful. We're pulling on all fronts here right now. So that colony's mostly dead. So that means I can get up pretty high. It's almost better doing map view. You can just kind of click in between the squares. We won't start expanding until it's actually clear, obviously. Because it's just asking to run into a swarm like that. It's probably not going to be good for my health. And then we're going to make a blueprint. So last time I made a blueprint down south. We actually lost quite a bit when I did that. So I guess it's good to rebuild every now and then. And we're going to go straight up. 100% no turns, just straight. The reason for that is it's better if the bots aren't flying over everything. The more the bots are flying over the entire planet, over unprotected space, obviously the more chance of losing bots are. So we're going to try and prevent that from happening. So we have a little bit of a war going on here. We could start our artillery turret right now, but... Or our artillery, our rocket turret. It's not a turret. Our rocket. But we're not really in a huge rush to get the rocket up in the air. The actual goal of this playthrough is to take over the entire planet, not to launch a rocket. Obviously, I will be launching a rocket because I get those, I believe the word is dank upgrades. I think that's what people are saying these days. Oh, good save. Good save. Yeah, I'm actually just kidding about that. Yeah, we're gonna go straight up. We're gonna upgrade, and we will get our rocket. Probably the next playthrough or the one after. We'll get the rocket up and going. We need to wait for these last waves to go in, and then we'll push up. I can't single-handedly in single combat beat this many biters. If they were just large, big spitters and big biters, I probably could. But not with the behemoths. So I need to wait for the waves to finish from our aggression of killing that colony. And then we'll start pushing north. 6 roboports worth of northage we can push. It's pretty decent. But yeah, this is kind of why you want to hang on the area. We would have lost this whole section here if I wasn't in this general vicinity when World War B was happening here. I think we are okay to go now. Can't confirm, but I think. So what I want to do is I want to kind of make a corridor. So I'm going to grab my roboport like that. And then I want one more roboport above it. So my stamp is going to be based around the roboport ranges. I want to do maximum roboport range. I don't really... The only reason why you'd ever want roboports closer together is for charging. So if you do a lot of stuff in a single area, that's a reason to have a cluster of roboports. Otherwise, I could just have a gap like this because they're just flying from point A to point B. Now the stamp is actually same. So the top power line matches with the bottom power line. Good. No problem there. Next, we put in our flamethrower turrets. We'll do a flying V formation here. You're like, what is the flying V formation? I don't know. I'm just making it up. Sounded good. It's a Canadian geese thing. We'll go like that. And then we're going to actually just copy like that. And right there. One thing that is important, though, if you make a blueprint like this, is it should mirror itself. That way, when you place a stamp or 1,000 stamps on top of each other, it works. A couple of tricks to doing that. Number one trick is to not have anything on top of the Roboport. So how it's set up like this is I'm not going to be overlapping. So if I were to put a building here, I'd have to make sure it matched perfectly on the bottom. But now like this, if I keep placing this, it's not going to overlap anywhere. The artillery shell that just fired is really not great for me right now. That should be good like that. And then we're going to grab some walls. We'll push the walls out like that. And I will copy the spacing on that. This is like some AutoCAD stuff right here. And then we'll do a double space. It keeps firing. Stop it. This is all undefended. And this doesn't matter if it extends too far because it's all going to match up. Rip that out, rip that out, rip that out, rip that out. Gonna grab this blueprint, place it right there in my belts, remove all that. Actually, I don't really need to remove all that. I just gotta connect it. So, oh, hold on. Excuse me, sir. I would appreciate it if you didn't blow my stuff up. We'll put that right there, this right there. So that blueprint does match up. I'm going to grab the blueprint again, stamp it right there. So now we have a pipe connecting all the way through. So if I were to stamp like that, it will match, and the pipes will go all the way through. We're going to grab you. We're going to put you right there. I need to make sure that our oil connects, and that's going to be the first thing I'm going to manually make sure works, is the oil. I need to make sure that this guy is fired on and ready to go. Oil and power. Oil more so than power. Power is okay too, but oil will get this thing kind of going. Kind of defend it a bit. Power won't because we don't have any lasers, so it doesn't really matter too much. Grab you. You're good there. Walls are also really helpful to build because it's a lot. Need a lot of walls. So think of the amount of work I'm taking away from the bots by doing this. It's not a union job, so don't worry. Not taken away from the union. Put that there. You still don't have power. You're good now. Control V pulls up my last blueprint. Put that right there. Up we go. Beautiful. Already quite north here. It's like I've done this before. We do have a little bit of a biter situation going on up there. Our biters are, or our bots are going pretty far to get all the materials. They're still not super fast. Remove that. I clearly made a mistake there. Could probably go one more up still. We'll kill these guys for a second. I feel like I'm at a carnival here doing that. Good, good, good. We stop here. This is where we're going to stop because we do have a nest right there. So I'm not going to push any more forward here. Nope, nope, nope. That's such a beautiful sound. The sound of success, some might say. That goes there. You go there. The bottom one doesn't really connect anything, but the inside pipes here should be safe from the biter menace, so there is that. And then we're going to put a couple turrets right here. And we're also going to add some auxiliary turrets there. This will be connected up this way. This is the tip of the spear, as they would say. I might add multiple access points. Like that. And then we do need to wall it in. And I will use the additional lasers that I have here as well. Yeah, she's beautifully walled in now. And by beautifully walled in, I mean not really walled in at all, but good enough. Good enough. Like that. There you go. I prefer better power lines here, but beggars can't be choosers. We're going to do that. Kill you. Forest is on fire. Nice. Looks like we are doing okay. Doing okay. Don't know if the walls are fully on and operational yet, but there's a kind of a 300-esque pile of corpses there. Now my stomach is making noises because I drank too much coffee. One day I'll grow up. Probably not, but I'm still in school, so drinking 1,000 coffees is the way. As my Mandalorian friends would say, this is the way. Beautiful. Put a radar up here, and then we can put another artillery turret up here. Haha. Then we start pissing everybody off. Artillery turret I will push in and have defended. So it's going to be a little bit back. It's not going to be right up in their face. As fun as that would be. I'm going to request you. We will go with 30 again there. He's going to start firing. I'll probably put a couple lasers here too. Right there. Just in case. So I don't have the lasers right now, but the bots will bring them. And then if we are putting an artillery turret, we're going to double the walls up. Or I guess it's triple. In the good old English language, that would be 3. Double is 2, and 3 is triple. You're like, wow, he passed kindergarten. Look. Can't all be as smart as you guys. That goes there. Got a lot of worms there. I could manually kill a lot of these worms too, but whatever. Let the bots. We'll let the artillery turret do it. For the first firing, again, I will kind of linger here as it happens. This guy's going to hit quite a bit of stuff. And then we can push pretty far north and see how big our island really is. I'm going to go down here. I'm going to check out my iron usage. It's still pretty decent. But I'm going to upgrade this line here. I know that my last playthrough, this became actually a problem. I'm surprised that it's not right now, but I'm just going to upgrade all these belts to red. Mostly should just be right past that, but as it stands, it's fine. Over here, we're really in biter territory. That turret is not actually operational. That's fine. I don't think it'll be able to hold its own right now, so it's possibly for the best. Here we start firing. The first shells are actually going to hit that, which actually it is a huge waste. I need to be careful here, too, that I don't get artillery by my own laser. Or my own artillery cannon. It's already happened. That was fun. We'll try to learn from our mistakes. Something I don't normally do in life, but this is less than ideal, in all honesty. Bye. Don't you do it. See, they weren't chasing me, and then you had to go and aggro them again. It's just not good for the flamethrower turret when it's trying to follow me here. And I guess I can run to the fire. Through the fire and flames. I keep wanting to go through that hole. Knowing full well I could just remove a wall and go through that way, but c'est la vie. Okay, that's good. We're clearing out here. I feel like it is actually quite okay here. It's kind of holding its own. I do want to do this, though. Once this guy actually gets some ammo. Once he gets his first shells, I can click it. We got one shell coming right there. I can't click it until he actually gets his shells. So we're going to wait. There we go. Look at her travel. This is called modern radar. It's with the use of intercontinental ballistic artillery shells. Yeah, like that's not how radar works. It is. It is. In a past life, I used to be an air traffic controller. That's actually not true at all, but sounded cool. Okay, here we go. So north, we don't see any water, sadly. They're almost getting through in a couple spots here right now. Almost. You can tell that they actually almost did make it through. And there is an artillery shell here too, so we might want to just do something like that. That'll probably be enough to keep them happy. But yeah, I think that's where our factory is going to remain as of this current session. Episode 21, Remix. So those who watched the original, which if you're watching this now, doesn't exist anymore. Thanks for supporting me and working my technical difficulties. I'm not quite perfect. I'm pretty close, but not quite. You're like, wow, listen to this guy. But seriously, though, thank you for your continued support watching these videos. It does mean a lot to me. Thank you for your comments. For all you people who are hitting that subscribe button, we're almost at 2,000 people. That's crazy. I don't even know 2,000 people. Do you know 2,000 people? Oh! They're like, you don't know 2,000 people? Listen, Spider's always trying to ruin my day. That's why I play Death Worlds, because I hate them. You're like, that is the best point to log off on. I hate them. My precious. But yeah, we'll stop there for now. Thank you again, everybody, for your support and for watching. And I will hopefully catch you guys for episode 22, Factorio Ultra Mega Death World with Yamakara. Until then, stay safe, stay out of trouble, and until next we meet, this is Yamakara. Ciao for now.